That's if coach wanted to finish us today.
Oh, okay, the tiredness, no get part two. I said,
So I can work out if you just take your bath and sleep.
no, but the question may I have is, are you seeing the people that are coming to gym? Are you seeing the people that are coming to gym these days? As in the question, all the guys that come to gym, how many of them actually come to gym for exercise?
See, in fact, the problem that I have, let's leave the guys for now. Let's even go to the people that arrange the gym. Why they will put certain activities to be directly in front of the treadmill? I thought before treadmill you should be facing the wall and thinking about your future. But now, by the time you turn to this side, some people just be doing work out. And then that's when they'll now decide to come and do all those dances. And they say, do like this, do like that. Then, do all kinds of things going on here.
I mean, let's tell ourselves the truth. I mean, the thing that we are looking for inside the gym, I don't know how much of it has to do with exercise. I don't know how much of it has to do with exercise.
Yeah, I know that people who are still very genuine about.
Oh yes.
But well, bottom line is the gym is a location that provides a service, right? And you decide which part of the service you are subscribing for.
Which service you are subscribing
so
for.
you decide what you want to do, and you gotta get that's what people who have found their life partner in the gym.
Exactly, that's gym romance.
And they say, oh, we really flow on the same level when it comes to taking care of our bodies, Oh, I'm a gym. What do you call that thing? Gym something. I've forgotten the term.
Gym bodies.
Is that what they call it?
Gym bodies. No, we're gym bodies.
Like, yes. So we go. In other words, we fit like this forever. Then
it's a fitness something.
Anyway, we survived. That's the bottom line.
Coach wanted to win.
Survive. Even though some people's mobility has reduced significantly since the workout session.
Yes. So just manage me how you see me today. It's not my fault. It's the coach. Right? They say even if you're angry, do not let your anger stay until the next day. So the next day has not reached, so I'm allowed to be angry with the coach. So I'm very upset as I am. So, but I would try to not let the anger reach the next day. At least this show will not reach the next day. So I'm allowed to be angry.
Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can find something to make you wake up a little.
What's that?
Some people say that it is not possible to be in a relationship without physical intimacy.
Huh?
Should I say it again? Some people say it is impossible to be in a relationship without physical intimacy.
That means, excuse me.
You can say it in your own way.
Excuse me, you're saying that both of us are going out and I can't touch and I can't knock.
I didn't say touch. The second part probably. So, yes.
So no touching, no knocking, and we're going in a relationship. Who help?
Sit down and let's talk about this.
No, is that what the question is saying?
That's what the general impression is. So, what do you have to say about?
How many people want a relationship where there's no touching or knocking? Please, if you are online, answer the question. Why should there be a relationship where there's no touching or knocking?
Okay, so before you wonder who we are and what we're talking about, my name is Anietie Bature. I'm a relationship coach, and this is my husband, Kingsley Bature. He's a family life practitioner / all those other things.
Licensed,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, he has a pin to go with it, and some certificates and plaques. Yes, and he's very proud of his achievements. Yes. So this one that we want to settle today is called Redefining Romance. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So the problem I'm having right now is that the people that are asking this question, what are they looking for? Romance. Just like as we are coming from the gym, the things that our eyes have seen. So the people that are, doing all of these things, what are they looking? Are they looking for?
It's just a legit concern that certain people have, and
or is it church?
The general expectation.
Is it church people?
The general expectation is that if you're in a relationship, you should be able to express yourself completely.
No.
But the fact is that
we have to define this
scenarios, different conditions.
I don't care what you're doing.
No, where you may not be able to express yourself fully.
No.
So what do you do then?
No, I don't even care.
Oh yeah. No.
Let's come in. Wait, because it's as if I've been playing since. Wait first. I'm coming. We are saying romance. They are in a relationship, but they want physical intimacy, or they're in a relationship and they say we will not do physical intimacy. Is the relationship still possible? Is that the context?
Yes, that's context.
Well, I think the first part to consider is this relationship must be a Christian relationship, isn't it? Or a godly relationship? Or are we removing the God factor from the relationship and say?
No, you're not.
So if we're living a godly relationship, are they saying that they don't know how to do relationship and move it to the permanent side without touch, or knock?
Probably.
And they need me to show them how to do it. I'm coming. So what has changed? Because in our days, we don't even used to think about touch when we are doing relationship. Is it still the same thing today?
They think about no. I think we used to think about it, but we just knew, hey, you shouldn't.
Okay, so we think about it, but we don't touch. No, you are tempted to touch, but so you are tempted. But
that's you're human, and by the time you fall in love, whether you like it or not, at some point you're going to want to.
You're going to want to touch.
Be really close to this person.
You're going to want to
go beyond handshakes and hugs, side hugs. You want to do a lot more, but you have your code, you have values, you have all of that, you have precepts you're living by. So you advise yourself now and then take dressing.
So the question I'm asking now, is it good to touch in a relationship or not?
And you answer the question.
I'm asking now because should be somebody that asks us the question that we are not talking about.
So this question that you have asked now, because on a normal day, all our friends and loved ones that are on the call would have been able to just start typing and telling us. You can still do that. We are on the show with you, right? But what has changed, in case you've been wondering, is that something has happened in Nigeria. And that thing which happened is a very challenging technological difficulty. What happened is that you can no longer rely on your network, whether it is broadband, fiber optic, or narrowband, or what's the other one? The one that is coming from the sky.
Starlink, Sky.
All of them put together have proved unreliable
in the past 1 month.
In the past 1 month.
So we've just decided to adapt.
Yes,
and
so that we can still bring you high quality
conversations and production.
Exactly.
So we have this. We just enter the studio when we can, record and continue the conversations with you whenever they are able to upload it on our channel. So I'm sure if you've noticed in the past 1 month, that's what's been happening. It's been challenging, but I'm sure it's Nigeria. we'll get it right eventually. I'm sure
Eventually.
they'll fix it. And when they do, we'll be able to interact live with you as we used to, as we love to, as we love to, on all our different channels.
For now, you'll see us in the chat with you.
Yes.
So feel free to say hi.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
Enjoy the conversation.
And yeah, so redefining romance. So I'm afraid to ask the question because it's making me look like old school.
Oh, I asked the question.
No, I asked it before. I'm asking it in another way.
Okay.
Is it bad to have a relationship, or is it possible to have a relationship that is going to the permanent side without touch, mwah, and knock?
Okay, so let's give like 5 seconds for people to answer. So just type yes if you think it's possible, and type no, a very resounding no, if you think it's not possible. If you think that things have happened, things have changed
in this day,
different worlds that we're living in now. In fact, if you think that the Bible was written 2,000 years ago or around that period, and because of that, it's no longer relevant today. So therefore, the things that have been written about gay fornication are no longer applicable and stuff like that. If that's what you think, just go ahead and
no. But I think it needs to be open to it needs to be open to conversation, because I believe that we all of us, every one of us, we are steeped in certain things. We are steeped in culture. We are born. We are raised with values, right? Do you understand? And we are also built with emotions. Yeah. So we're steeped in culture, raised with values, and built with emotions. Now, if we are talking about romance and we're saying, is it possible to have romance without the emotional? I don't think that's what I'm asking.
No, that's not
what I'm asking is it possible to have emotional connection without physical intimacy? Can we have intimacy in relationship without it being physical?
Yeah.
That's, for me, that's a new level. That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying when I hear redefining romance.
About romance. If you look at the definition of romance, it's very broad.
No, you don't come now.
Yes, I've come. Because it's broad. Now, I think part of the challenge is that once people start talking about romance, they think of sex immediately. In fact,
now that's why
romantic movie, they're expecting movies that have sex.
That's where you have and knock.
But the fact is, that is just a portion of romance, and there's nothing that says that it must be activated or executed before you get married. Do you understand? There are other parts, there are other aspects of romantic expressions that are great for when you have not yet gotten married. But people just look beyond that. In fact, as if they do fast forward. Feel to sex. So all those other things about establishing intimacy, what they call it, psychological
connection,
mental, all of those other levels of communication, getting to know the person, getting to be comfortable in their space, getting to understand how they express themselves, getting to be that point where you can say, I can let down my hair if your hair is long enough to let down. Do you understand? All of those parts, the parts of showing love and care by giving gifts, trying to understand what's this person's love language, trying to check what is it that I can do for this person today that will make them feel like, hey.
So all of that, is that all part of romance? Yes. I don't think that's what these people that are watching us.
That's why we're talking about redefining romance.
I don't think that's what they're thinking of when you're talking romance. Because
things like helping somebody to get their project to work ready. It's a very romantic expression. But somebody will say, what has projects got to do with romance?
Acts of service is acts of service.
Like she needs this particular thing from the market and she can no longer get it right now, so I'll rush and get it for her. things like, oh, it's exam season, let me get her stationery. You know, one thing here, one thing there. Things like, there's no petrol right now. I don't have enough money to give her money to fill her car, you know, something like that. But I can order a ride for her. And then by the time she's beginning to stress over getting a ride to work, you're like,
she can't queue. I can queue for her and get fuel.
That one is a very serious sacrifice. The real display of love. Because I think I spend 4 hours. You better be in love.
It's acts of service. It's acts of service.
You better be in love. And the girl who is receiving the petrol, you better be telling the truth to that guy.
You see, all of
not that he's spending spending his life on the queue to buy you petrol. Then when he now asks you, will you marry me? You say, let me think about it. Or give me some time.
So the question I want to ask now, that's to ask the people on the show that are watching. A number of these things that she has talked about, will you classify them as romance or romantic? Because when a lot of guys do this kind of things, I'm on a friend zone, you go enter. You just enter friend zone straight up. You enter friend zone. Oh, is a guy that just helps me with stuff.
Wow.
It's not looking romantic. Because this day and age, I need somebody to convince me that they still know what romance is. Because, like you said, romance in this day and age seems like it's straight up to the bedside. In fact, sometimes they read bed self. You know. All right. See, I'm just the messenger. I don't shoot the messenger. But I need someone to convince me that this generation still believes in romance without sex. I need somebody to convince me. It's not as if I'm proper. It's not as if I'm convinced. Why do I need to convince you? Because I'm seeing too many things outside here now that does not show that people value the things that we call romance. These things that you mentioned, help me with this. Talk to me like this.
Make me feel special. Say nice words.
Just communicate from the heart. Speak from the heart. Speak truly. You know, everybody is forming something for somebody. Do you understand? I mean, just see. Imagine we have a friendship. You have a friendship, and then you just get to a lady, and you're telling her about the way she makes you feel. Next thing you go, here, bro, who that want to help?
It's not really that bad.
Is it really that bad? Ask them, ladies, what does romance mean to you? What is romance? Yeah, but you're going very far now. You're going very far now.
That's right. They don't write letters.
The letters.
I mean, okay, so now if you are away from him and you just really have this, call it a rush of passion, and you want to express yourself, when you pick up your phone and start typing, oh, you're so special, emoji, or something. When the phone gets lost, all of that is lost.
So the question
is that the place where you write it down on the paper and then maybe spray or perfume and give people when he comes and you say, I wrote you a letter, and then over to him.
Oh wow.
He opens it and he's like,
oh, I can smell your perfume.
Yeah,
it's so alluring. I feel you. I can't even touch you, but I can feel you. I mean,
yeah.
That was back in the days.
Yes.
Those days are gone. I don't know. I really wish that I'm wrong, right? But I really wish that
And then that time there was a lot of inexpensive. In fact, sometimes the gifts you didn't have to spend anyone. Like the people that will buy flower. No, sorry, not buy. Just cut a flower that has bloomed and just cut a flower and then just present it to her.
Cut a flower now and give to a young girl. You will hear waiting with this one. As per, okay.
maybe you go a little extra, and add something like, I just saw this really beautiful flower. It reminded me of you.
As in the way you glow.
Yeah, and how lovely you are.
As in,
Maybe it comes with the words and with the expressions. Because I still really want to believe that there are people who appreciate these things.
guys, tell us if it's true, because I'm trying to believe that true romance without sex still exists in regular relationship.
Yeah.
I don't believe that everybody is out there sleeping with each other. But true romance, it actually happens without sex. Sex is a jara that comes in after you people have taken the relationship to the permanent site. But I mean,
yeah. And this interesting thing is you actually have to learn
the simple things, using words, and you don't have to go far. What makes words beautiful is that you don't have to go far, you don't have to go fishing. You just need to look at the object of your affection. And when you look at her, the words come from there. I mean, I can look at her and she should I continue? Should I go on? Let me give you people an example. Just look at her, and you can look at her, and I think about her simplicity, because in a world of so many complexities, your simplicity is like an oasis. I can come home to you because I know in the midst of all the noise, you are able to just filter through and bring a sense of calmness at the end of every day. So I wouldn't want to be outside, at the end of the day, because I can come back home and when I meet you, I know we're just going to have something to talk about that makes everything seem okay. That's for me, that's beauty that you present, And I'm not just waxing lyrical, but it's true. Because that's something that you do. I mean, when we come back left to you, you will just turn off the TV and say, okay, let's talk. And then we talk about the day. For me, it's like spending time just talking. Yeah. So if I found someone that I can talk with, that's romantic.
Yeah. Somebody you can be free with, somebody you can absolutely completely express yourself with. It's really important, And the fact is, and really, thanks for those sweet words, I'm happy for you. See, my husband used to write me poems before. Before.
Busy.
He will write. Then after, he now started forming busy.
But I still got it.
I know. So now I have to poke him. I have to tell him, guy, I've not said anything, or you have not written anything in a while. Then he will crank. Add the engine and then produce one. But these days he's trying every now and then. I can see he's making the efforts. Yeah, and I used to be very fluid with those expressions too. But when your tap was running, was beginning to close, and then he was so busy. By the time I'm talking, it's like so. So me too, I had to start calming down so that it won't be that I said something nice and it was completely ignored. So that's why we say there's work to be done if you want to keep romance alive. So we have to tell each other, you need to do better. I need to do better. Okay, let's wake this thing up, But then when you are doing it, you are enjoying it. Both of you are happy. Now, something you need to know is that it's not, because some people will be wondering, why should I even be bothering about this whole thing of no physical intimacy? At what point does it become an issue? First and foremost, if you are a person who wants to stick to your values, your cultural values, your religious values, and so on, which require that you wait until you are married before you get into physical intimacy, especially sex, right? You will need to realize that there are other things that you can use to continue to build intimacy without getting to that part, right? Number 2, if at any point someone is ill,
Health challenges.
even when you are married and you have the license, the full rights to go ahead and indulge in sexual intercourse, are you going to go and tell your sick wife or sick husband that, it must happen, I don't care whether you're sick or not? No, because love requires that you care for and nurture that person to health during that period, not be demanding for something that they are not in a good position to give you. So those things happen, right? Now, how about this is the part that most men really struggle with? 6 weeks postpartum. After your wife gives birth, 6 weeks. Some will be like 6, some will be counting, put calendar, mark it, one. Hey, the journey is still far. But if you have not learned,
If you have not learned,
Yes.
if you have not learned to
if you
build,
didn't learn during your single
days.
you will struggle when that time comes. Because really, for us, when that time came, we just activated single mode. Do you understand? And that what keeps you going through that period? Conversation,
yeah,
hugs, touch, kisses, other things, right? But if you're like, it must happen from the beginning, it has been happening, when you get there and she cannot come with you on that journey, then you're now in the position where you're starting to think, should I go outside? Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. I just needed, to start making explanations and giving excuses.
and that's why I look at the conversation to say, really, the truth is, a lot of the romance should happen without physical intimacy. Should happen. It should begin. It should be cultivated. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Without going all the way to sex. I mean, let's not let what's these people, Hollywood or Nollywood or all this drama, everything that we are watching. Let's not let that deprive us from real life and deprive us from values that sustain relationships, from values that actually sustain relationships.
Yeah.
As single people, you need to know that the moment you start having sex in any relationship that is not going far, the likelihood that you will end up married is very low. It's not a lie. It's not
If
a
you
lie.
end up marrying, the likelihood that you may come back and say, is not the man I married.
The likelihood that trust will be what's the word, truncated, is there, because the way the world is now, guys are looking for trust. They're saying, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I have to trust the person. But if you're doing it with me, how do I know you're not doing it with somebody else?
The interesting thing is how, even guys who sleep around,
Yes, want somebody that,
hope to marry
somebody
who has
that-
not slept around. Yeah, those things are really interesting.
So can we just stop all the? There's a group I know about that have this purity vow and stuff like that. Those are interesting. But what I'm trying to actually promote is to say, young people, can you learn how to build intimacy?
Yeah.
Build real relationships with words, with actions. Do you understand? With experiences.
Yeah.
Build the relationship.
Common interest.
Find common interests.
Grow together.
Some people are sapiosexual, so it means that they understand. They are drawn by knowledge. Equip yourself with knowledge. Be able to engage in conversations. Be able to hold a conversation.
Yeah.
Some guys, they come into a room with a lady and then it's hello, hi. The next thing, everything dries up. They're unable to hold a conversation.
Yeah. And the fact is that when you get married, even after they've told you are now married, you cannot have sex forever.
It will tire you.
No. As in, even apart from the tiredness,
About the tire part.
the fact is you cannot have sex forever, because there are 24 hours in a day.
Hmm.
Do you understand? So even if you say, oh, morning, afternoon, evening, assume you use 1 entire hour for each session. That's 3 hours. There are still left with 21 hours. What are you going to do with yourselves with 21 hours? You say, okay, you go to work 8 hours, you come back. That's how many left.
Mm.
You will sleep maybe another 8 hours. How many left? So what are you going to do with the time that you have left? Will you just sit down, watch TV, or what will you do? You have to learn to bond with this person that you say you want to get married to, right? And if you're married, right, you have to be able to have a beautiful day before whatever time you choose to be physically intimate. So it's going to be like, you've not talked to me the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what happened to me ever since I had such a difficult time in my business or in this other project I was handling. And then I got back home. I didn't get any empathy from you.
Mm.
And now you're just coming and you're expecting a miracle to happen. Like, how?
So I guess for me, what you've just expressed is that people need to learn how to bond. That's the romance that we're talking about. People need to learn how to bond. What are the things that we do together that makes our bond stronger? And that
Makes me excited about it.
About each other.
Makes me look forward to being
together.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Sometimes, so and this is for ladies. Sometimes guys want to say, she doesn't even understand what I do. She doesn't know what I do. Sometimes guys just want you to listen to them, to listen to all that I'm talking about. For them, that's romantic. And there's a lady that listens to what I say. It's like she's giving me attention. You know. So listening. So we've talked about a number of things. Listening, using words to build bonds. Showing actions, doing acts of service, helping out. Ladies, these are simple things that that build relation. It's also not all about money. We don't always have to say that the way to show romance is that he bought me a gift. He bought me gifts. Gifts are good too. They show they are gestures.
But that can be all.
But that can be all. That can be all. We have to redefine this thing called romance. We have to look at it again. Go back to the old days and just do the simple things. Simple things, and just leave all this westernization and modernization that has come that makes it seem like if you no do path pros is not romantic, you know.
So it's a good time to take a break, and we'll be right back after this. All right, you are welcome back. I mean, this has been very interesting. It's just talking about what's happening today, what is happening back in the day, what the expectations are, what the thoughts are. Something you should know is that you will find your kind of person.
Yeah.
And you will also find the kind of person you believe exists. So this is why I say so. Some people will say it is impossible to find somebody who believes you should wait until you are married.
Which is a lie.
Likely, all the people that will be coming your way
will not want to wait.
Not want to wait. But it is also possible for you to trust that there are people out there who share the same values with you and are willing to wait until you are married, and you will find them because they exist. I mean, look at Elijah that was thinking Was Elijah all right? I was thinking he was the only one left.
Oh, and then they told him there are 7,000. That was not about
7,000. Not just him. 7,000. Not 7. Not 70. Not 700. 7,000. Just to let you know when you're thinking, oh, it's only me. Oh, it's only.
I think, and especially for those people who feel like, oh, I have values, but I'm not finding the people that share my values. Excuse me. Everybody, the human experience is a spiritual one. I know you believe in something. My brother, my sister, just turn it to prayer to say, Lord, locate me around the people of like minds. That's all.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Instead of saying, oh, they are not there. No, maybe the ones that, maybe in the area where you are located.
Yeah.
Or in the circles that you are moving, you are not finding them.
Yeah. In fact, there's one interesting prayer I used to pray back. You know, I just think of, you know, how a maze is. If you are in the maze, you find it difficult to find your way out, right? But if you are looking above, you have a bird's eye view of
bird's eye view.
You can easily find fast.
Father, give me bird's
right?
eye.
So just look at it like this. I am on this side of the maze. The person I'm going to get married to is on that other side of the maze or somewhere, right? Or maybe somewhere within the maze. And then I'm like, God knows where I am. God knows where he is. So I just used to pray, God, orchestrate events.
Orchestrate events, Father.
Orchestrate events so that we'll meet, so we'll run into each other, so that we will get to know each other. And the fact is, God has that power. I mean, he can do it like that very easily.
And he did.
He can make you happen to be in the school.
Yeah.
A particular school, so I meet person. Can make you happen to go to a supermarket at a particular time, so you run into the person. So even if your immediate circle, the person isn't there. But when God is orchestrating the events of your life for you to meet somebody, then it can happen in supermarkets, can happen on the road, it can happen in traffic, it can happen. In fact, some people have, so they were in traffic, somebody bashed their car and they came out, and the person eventually became their husband.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I mean, all sorts. So don't do that, oh, it's not possible, or don't do that resigning to what the general, should I call it, belief is.
Not even the general belief, the popular opinion.
Popular opinion, yes. Popular opinion that, oh, all the good guys or all the good girls are taken, or men are scum, all those things that people say. Just throw all of those away and believe.
Keep your values, keep your beliefs, keep your desires, keep your hopes, keep your aspiration.
Yeah.
And please, keep your culture. Don't just follow every new craze or every new wave. No.
Yeah.
Don't follow.
You should be able to stand for something. Be known for something.
Yeah.
Be able to trust that regardless of where this person is, I know he will not do so and so and so. And that should keep you safe.
Exactly.
And that should keep you sane. And that should keep you from wanting to check his phone to see, who is he talking to, who is he not talking to.
Keep your
jealous, and that should allow you comfortably say, yeah, it's okay for you to go out. Rather than say, no, you can't, you have to stay in this house. Why are you going to? Do you understand? Because, for instance, that times my husband has gone out for a meeting with a client, with a friend, with a business partner, and the person is female. If I did not trust him, maybe I'll send somebody to go and spy while the meeting is going on.
How? What I was trying to say, yes, is the fact that, and that's where cultures come into play. When you pick people that share similar values and similar cultures with you, you won't need to be doing a lot of this spying and checking and all of those things that, do you understand, that you are talking about. Because if you shared values, if the person that you chose to work with shares your values, there are certain things that are given that you don't have to do extra spying or send a drone,
or even try to control the person.
Because you share values, you share culture. And I don't know this thing that this new generation, we're always trying to do as if we jettison culture. Culture is a preserver.
of people's way of life. So if you know your culture, you know what is expected, it preserves you. And if you have those shared values, it preserves you. For example, when we were going out, I knew that I can't come to your house by 10 p.m. to look for you. What am I looking for? And if we go out, there's no way that I'm bringing you back home, and I will bring you back home by 10 p.m. I decrease. Do you understand? Because we shared similar. But I knew the expectation from your mother. In fact, even in my own house, my father, if 10 o'clock catches you outside, wherever it catches you, stay there. That's the culture. Do you understand? So it means that if we have similar cultures, it's easier to do what? To just build relationships.
It's easier to synergize.
It's easier to bond
together. So I usually say, when you're thinking of two people coming together, is it going to be a collision, in which case it's catastrophic, we scatter each other's lives, we fight, or is it going to be a convergence, right? In which case we come together. Just think of two roads that come together, and then you now have a broader road, what it's going together, right? And that's a lot easier when you have shared values, shared beliefs, at the core. A lot of things are the same or similar. Makes a world of difference. It saves you a lot of trouble also. So
go ahead.
So something important to note, which will be my closing comment. Just know that there's a lot more beyond the physical. Let's stop this whole thing of physical intimacy. You enter a relationship, you've not even finished knowing who the person is. You want to touch. You want to do all of those things. You don't know what they're about. You don't know what they stand for. You don't know whether they even really love you. But sometimes you don't know their last
where
name.
they are coming from.
Yes, you don't know their family history. You don't know if they have some things inside the house that by the time you enter, they've trapped you. They're just.
Yeah.
So please press to establish that intimacy beyond the physical. Just know that it's not. There's so much more, and what will make it last for the long term, even after you have gotten married, is beyond the physical. Because things change, people will get older. Just different things that can happen that can be a challenge when it comes to physical. And if your entire relationship was based just on physical, then you'll start hearing things like we fell out of love, we have irreconcilable differences, and all sorts of things like that. So please press to know the person you want to get married to, or the person you are married to know them much more, know them beyond the physical, okay? So that's when you're talking about romance, it's not just sex. You have the full picture, the whole experience. Yeah.
What she said.
So thanks for being our guest on this, or our audience on the show today. Thanks for joining us. Thank you very much. We always bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your life and in your relationships. And like we always say, common sense.
It's not so common.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.